Good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Um, President Mbele, thank you so much for joining. Um, Hope everyone is well and hope everyone is ready to get into the conversation we're about to have tonight. Um, just a quick update, but let's just wait for a couple of people to just come on. And then I'll definitely give some of you guys a bit of an update as to what had happened during the day. Evening, Chief. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope you can stay tuned. I don't know what you're up to or what you're doing there at home, but I hope you can join in and join in the conversation. We are just waiting, for a couple of minutes. We've got a guest that we had a bit earlier on. Her and I were in a conversation today, and unfortunately, I think she was just struggling with her connectivity. Um, so I said to myself, in fact, the platform agreed that we'll give another opportunity now in the evening. So let's just give her a few minutes to just come on. We did promise or we did agree that we will begin at 8. So hopefully in a few she can just join in. Hope you had a super day, my chief. I wanted to engage you, in fact, today, but I was so busy. I had some stuff that I was busy with and doing, so I couldn't really. Am I back on? Uh, I hope that the electricity. Can you hear me, my chief? Just give me a throw, and you can hear me properly. If there's no glitches on the other side, if you're not struggling to hear me, just kindly let me know, my chief. Just drop me a sharp there or a wave on your side. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining in. Kindly just check with me. I was speaking a bit earlier on, and I was saying that I'm not quite sure if you guys can hear me on the other side. So kindly let's just double check, make sure that our systems are proper, properly set up. Everyone is getting a nice connection on their sides, so that we can begin with our conversation. Um, so, in fact, before we can get into anything, I'm just going to give a brief sort of recap. Hi, Jens. Sure. We're meeting so many people on these platforms. Sure, Donna. Hope you're well, my brother. Thank you so much for joining in. Please, you're more than welcome. We had a conversation earlier on today. We had a guest. We did make some posters, and we did share with some of our following and some of the people who are, enjoying some of the content that we put out. So I did share that I will be sitting down with Veronica today. We had a conversation this afternoon, but she really had some problems on her side. Her connection really was not that strong enough, so we had to cut the conversation short and then to revisit. I think we all agreed. There were so many people, so many ideas on the platform, and people were saying that we should rather revisit the conversation a bit later on. So hopefully, this evening everything is set on her side. Her and I were just touching base offline before we came on, just checking with each other to see if everything is set. She just wanted an update, in actual fact, from myself. So I did say to her, thumbs up, that everything is set, everything is fine on our side. Kindly just give us a thumbs up so that we can continue, so that I can have Madame Veronica on. Or can you check with me, please? Just check with me before we have Veronica on. Just kindly send me some thumbs up, a wave, so that I know that you guys are hearing me properly. Everything is super. The connectivity is where it's supposed to be, and then you guys can hear me properly. Just hit the thumbs up, thumbs, so that I can see. Thank you so much for joining. I do know all of a sudden how quickly it gets dark outside. So I really thought that 8 o'clock would have been much more earlier than what it is now, but it's really dark outside and it's really cold. So I hope that we can have an interesting topic, so that each and every one of you can really enjoy your time here with us. Can we double check, Veronica? I don't know. It looks like I'm really struggling with my connection this side. Um, Check with me, Vero. Are we online? Hi, Nina. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining in, sis. We're just trying to establish a proper line of connection with everyone that's on here. If there's anyone on the platform, please just kindly call. If it's my line or what. Thank you so much for that, Donna. I think we're up and running now. I do think that I was also struggling on my side, but thank you so much for just giving me a bit of a feel of what's happening online. Think that I'm also struggling on my side, my brother. So I don't think that it's only you. Um, but really, look, guys, can we just quickly check with everyone else? Is anyone else experiencing problems? Vero, are you fine on your side? Let's get things going. Um, let's get things going. I do see that you've just sent. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hopefully we get it right. Hopefully we get it right. I'm holding my thumbs. Um, um, I'm really praying and holding thumbs. Let's try and see if we can get hold of her and then we can begin our conversation. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your response, Donna. At least we're getting some sense of movement. Hi, sis. Are you well?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Hakuboni.
Good. Your
Okay,
your
Bonani.
connection from my side now is so clear. I can see you. I can hear you properly. Where now Kuka Sharp, is everything fine on your side?
Yeah, Uta, thank you so much.
Happy days. Look, let's quickly give a recap. There's so many people who have just joined in who weren't part of the conversation in the afternoon. So we had a and she was saying that her mom is as a pillar to her. She's relied on her for so many things, and as a child coming up, she's instilled so many things that she's still using now in her adult life, and she's teaching her kids, her own kids, in the same way or in the same manner that her mom, taught her and instilled some things in her. So we were, taking and moving along those lines, and we were now at a point where she was at school and some of the friends that she had met in school and how they've influenced and how they've shaped her worldview and what she sees. So I think we can just go back there, madam, and just quickly speak about your friends. You did say or mention that um, some of the friends that you went to school with, you're still friends with now. How has that been? Are you guys in business together, or how does it work? Your nephew and your dad are also here watching, so thank you so much. We are really struggling. The connections are really bad. I'm also thinking that on my side, really, the connection is just giving me issues. But we will continue trying. We will, try to see how we can get it right and then move with the conversation. I've just accepted her again. Let's see how that works. Hi, Jude. Is it Jude? Thank you so much for joining. There we go.
Hi,
Please. Oh, I've been talking
hi,
so
hi,
much.
hi, 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 hi. No.
Hurry, hurry. Yeah, Risubudisa, it's trying us, but let's not give up and make sure that
Yeah,
we really finish our conversation.
no problem.
Yeah, so you were saying we were talking about some of your friends, some of the friends that you grew up with, some of the friends that you went to school with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for joining in. Technology is really failing us, guys. Technology is really bad. We're trying to get Veronica back on. Karabo was just saying on the other side that it's not just Veronica now. My connectivity is also giving us issues or problems. So we're really trying our best. I did mention this. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if it's better now. Rajesh, thank you so much for joining in, my brother. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. Are we back on Sisi Honoruka Janong?
Ke a le utlwa, ngwaneso.
So now, not only say there how we find Kamatata, but Leaga connection is
Yeah.
really off. Yeah. But Mplele man, speak to me about your friends. You were saying Hore, you guys are still together, you're still friends from high school. How is that journey and how has it impacted you?
Yeah, I'm still friends with um a lot of like okay, now our cycle is small, but I
Yeah,
still have friends from way back in primary school. I'm still friends with
yeah,
them, and
yeah,
I like the way our friendship grew, you know.
yeah,
Most of us we are mothers, so re bua language e one, um,
yeah,
we are all in different departments in our lives, but re kgona hore
yeah,
re kopane, and now we are speaking the same language, and I love that.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But hasn't it been difficult? I know with some of my friends, we've had so many issues where we are friends today, next week it's tough, we're not speaking, and then that other week we're friends again. Has your relationship gone through the same challenges?
Yeah, yeah. Ga e se le nako no, because nna hape
Yeah,
I'm a person that is straightforward. If something is
yeah,
unfila there, I can't keep it to myself. So
yeah,
my friends, especially the ones that means a lot to me, know that I pick up my phone, I tell them, listen, I didn't like one, two, three, and the same applies to them. I have never had a
Yeah,
friend that would talk behind my back, happy about something, because I give them exactly what I want to receive. So I
yeah,
think that's how our friendship grew. And the reason why we're still together is because of honesty.
yeah, yeah. So each and everyone tries to be as honest as possible,
Yeah,
to share their feelings and to be open with each other,
yes.
and that's how it's grown.
Mm.
Yeah. I also just wanted to say a shout out to your family. I do hear or see that some people were saying that your nephews are on. I hope that they can look at you and be inspired to look at the person you've turned into. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite interesting to know and to see how your family is supporting you. So shout out to them
Hi,
for
guys.
being here. Speak to me about some of the dreams that you had. I did remember that we were speaking about your modeling career. How did that turn out? Did you just stop all of a sudden and not take it as serious anymore after being scammed, you were saying?
Not necessarily. Happy Ohupule, the requirements of being a model. Back then, it was one of the issues I had was height. So happy I was so reluctant after the whole scam thing. It's a hala. So I was like, you know what? Let me try something else. And I also did try to be a beauty consultant. I
Yeah.
for quite I think it was 2 3 years, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought, Linda, I'm gonna be a makeup artist, and so there's a lot of things. But I guess sometimes we
Yeah.
outgrow those things.
But also, please, to the people who have just joined us, thank you so much for joining in. We really, really appreciate. I do know that our guest also appreciates you guys joining in. You can send in some of your questions if you've got questions that you'd like to ask her. But also, what I wanted to mention was please just be patient. We are both struggling in terms of our connection. Really, the connectivity is just bad. But we're really trying, and I do see that on Veronica's side, things are getting better and better and better. But I got every time I talk too much, her thing just stops working. So really, I think I'm just going to take a back seat and just let Veronica speak as soon as she gets back. There we go. Are we better? Can you hear us? Are you sharp? Really, and for me, partly, this is why I really like doing live interviews, because when you're sitting across the person, it's easier to control. It's easier to make sure that whatever device that you're using is recording, and then you can move from that premise. But when we are on these platforms, it's so difficult. It requires both sides to be a bit more patient and understanding, and then hopefully, once we get it right, she can come on. There we go. There now we have her. So quickly speak to me about your business. How did your there we go. We're struggling again. And we had it just now. Are you back, Mase? Um, please, I did say that this is going to be a bit of an interactive session. There we go. That's fine. So speak to me about your business, Mase. How did that come about? Can you hear me? Are you fine? Are you back now? Hi, Bridge. Thank you so much for joining us, Bridget. We are really really moving at a slow pace because of the connectivity issues. We're really trying our utmost best to make sure that we can get Veronica back. But please, guys, let's be a bit more interactive. Just send us some thumbs up, some feedback on the comment section. Let us know if you guys can hear us. If because we're really struggling. Karabo, I haven't heard anything from you in a while now, so I'm still wondering if you're still up there or what's been happening. But really, for me, I was saying to Veronica that I'm quite impressed with how her and some of her friends have remained friends for so long. She's had this strong bond and strong friendship with some of her friends, and it's always yeah. I agree, Donna, and it's always been something that is so interesting to watch. Not so many people have remained in such big groups and remained so close as they have done. So I was always wondering, how did they get that right? Hi Musa, shout out to you. You and I haven't interacted in a long while, so I hope you're doing well, sis. Thank you so much for joining. We are having a conversation with Veronica. She's coming back on now. She's just giving us a bit of a background on how her journey has moved. So really, please, guys, we are both struggling in terms of our connection levels. We're really struggling. So let's just be patient. There we go. Speak to me about the business, sis. How did you come about the business, and how is it going? How's it doing now?
I came about the business in 2018. I had a short prayer with God, Gadula Fat, and I explained to him, listen, I'm a bit confused. I don't know where I'm going. I need your direction. 2019, I met up with my business partner. Her name is Khao.
Yeah.
And we
I
sat
didn't know
down.
you. I didn't
Sorry?
know. Shout out to her. Yeah, I didn't know
Yes,
you had a business.
IP. I hope she's watching. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sat down and I told her, listen, I'm in between. And she had the same vision, And I think we were both hungry. I was very hungry.
Yeah.
O jele too much. O pipitletse. And you wake up that how to also I wanna eat because I said
Yeah.
normal. I was that hungry. And at the same time I was also scared. Remember I told you about fearing everything and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was so scared and I felt, what, we're gonna work this path really too because she was also hungry. And
Yeah.
2020, things happened, COVID happened.
Yeah.
That's when I actually resigned from my previous workplace.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Please do send the hearts. She's receiving it and she's trying. Yeah, continue, sis.
Resigned and I told my husband, listen,
Yeah, technology is really not going to get us down, guys. We are really going to wait to hear Veronica's story. We are really struggling. The connection on her side is really letting us down. Um, I did ask, in fact, in the afternoon to say, is it raining in Bloom? What's why are we having so many issues on her side? But she's really trying on her side. So I do feel that I'll give her ample opportunities to just come on and to just continue sharing. Yeah, the network is really killing us. But let's give her a chance, guys. Let's give her some time. I know in our generations, for some people just want to sit at home and just, and relax and wind down because they've had such a, hectic day. But I always say, through these conversations, there's certain things that you learn, maybe business wise, maybe life. And you can take that and also use it in your own life and in your own business. There's so many ups and downs when we speak about business, and this is why I was quite interested in, the sort of business that she's doing. Why did she get into that line of business? How is she changing the communities if that's what they're looking to do? She's explained now that she has a business partner. I didn't know that she had a business partner. So the business partner apparently ke Khao, which is quite interesting. I didn't know about that. So shout out to her. And I did see that the business is doing quite well. So many events that people are having in Bloom, they're being invited, and the business is really supporting. So yeah, continue, sis. We are here for you. Continue, continue. Don't worry too much. Continue.
Yeah, so what happened is, yeah, as I was telling you, I was highly pregnant, and
Yeah.
and then I stepped into the decor part.
Pregnancy cleaning and thing. We were saying, and not because no, I want you to share that story with me, but I want Koliko Panenting and how it got to where it is now. So just wrap up about the business and how the business idea came about.
Yeah, no, so still got 2020.
Wow, guys. I so feel that I could just fly to Bloom right now, have a sit down with Veronica and really iron these issues out. When the story is really getting so interesting, Hwakata fell. Hwakata fell. Really, the network is just giving us so many issues. The network is giving us so many issues. Please also just give me a indication, guys, if Veronica is the only one that's struggling our network, or is my network also bad? I did see in the beginning that my network was giving me issues, but ultimately became fine, and I know that I'm fine. Hi, Tato. Thank you so much for joining. To me, I see you. Thank you so much for each and every one of you guys that have taken your time out of your busy schedules. I know some of you at home, maybe wrapping up on some work. Some of you are just resting and getting ready to turn in. So, with the little bit of time and the moment that you've taken to come and to sit with us, we really appreciate. I do think that maybe we'd let Veronica say a word or two, and then I can just open the floor for some questions. I don't know if you guys are up for that. I did see Karabo was very interactive in the afternoon session that we had. I don't see her that much anymore, so I do hope that she's still here and then she can try and also assist in terms of, sending us some questions and some things that we can throw Veronica's way so that she can try and yeah, slight challenges though. This interview shall prosper. Definitely, Portia. I like the attitude. Yeah. So you were saying business-wise, how did the idea come about?
Yeah, so 2020, as I was saying, I don't know where you guys, if you cut the whole thing that I
Yeah.
just said now. 2020, we moved to the decor side of things, and we started with your picnics, picnic for
Yeah.
two. We moved to your formal setting, table for 10, and we grew to your wedding. I had my first wedding of 50 people. I was so excited. I was so excited. I
Yeah.
celebrated throughout, and then it
Who
got
was getting married,
to
if you could share that with us?
now we are. Sorry,
Who was getting married?
Osimpo, Osimpo
Okay.
in Brantford. Yeah, so we are now having events for 200 people now by the grace of God.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we
Yeah.
are right now. We are slowly moving, but the progress is good.
But why didn't you tell me? Because when I had my event in Bloom, you and I could have had a strong partnership and built something from scratch. So I don't know. Um, yeah, her phone is struggling. I wonder when I'm asking the crucial points. Um, and this is one thing that I'd like. Oh, is she back? Yeah. When I had my event, why didn't you tell? Okay, yeah, it's breaking again. But this is one thing that I'd like to pose to people in. Is she back? Yeah. Are you back, sis? Struggling. Let me ask some of the people who are on the platform, why is it so difficult for us, and I want to include myself, people from Bloom, to collaborate and to work with each other on these projects? Um, you Can you hear me, sis? Maybe if there's one or two people who know, you just drop me an answer there, or your view or your opinion, really. I don't know why. Why can't we collaborate? There's so many businesses who you are in, maybe events, and then someone wants to have an event. Why is it that the two can't come together and have a proper event? Why is it easy for us to want to outsource and go outside to go and find the service provider, whereas we can just come and speak to people who are in-house and people who are close by? Excuse me. Yeah, try and reconnect. But yes, I don't know if you can answer, or Jens, sorry Jens, and some of the guys that are on here. Why do we really struggle to collaborate, guys, especially in Bloom? I do know we have so many issues in Bloom. Shout out to Mulebati. Thank you so much. I see you, Mulebati. So thank you so much for joining. We are having a conversation with Veronica. We are both struggling in terms of our connection levels. She's been on and off, but really the conversation is really heating up, where she's now getting individual glory. I agree, Donna. I agree. Which is so unfortunate. Because as a business person, the one thing that you learn early on in business is that you cannot take your business from 0 to 100 alone. You need other people's interventions. You need other people's support. So it's really tough if you really want to grow your business and you're working alone. So I honestly don't know.
Balu,
Vero,
can you
thank you so much.
see?
So you
Can
were
you hear
saying,
me?
I can hear you, we can see you. You were saying there's an event that you're about to do with 200 people. What's that
Yeah.
event, and how can you support if you want to support?
No, it's a wedding actually. I was just telling you that I've reached 200 people. I've done an event for 200 people.
Got you.
That's where my business is at this
Yeah.
moment. I was just saying that.
That's really quite interesting, and I like how you were explaining to us that you started small with picnics and then ultimately grew to what it is
Yeah.
now, where you cater for over 100 people. Do you believe
Yeah.
that it's important to start small while really trying to upscale and to improve your business and growing it to a certain level where you are catering for over 100 people? Yeah, sure. The connection is really, really bad. I did see that Donna was saying that individual glory, which is for me highly unfortunate, and something that shouldn't be happening, especially at some of the levels that we're
Yeah.
operating in.
No, it
You
has
cannot
really
you
grown.
cannot you cannot grow your business.
And I really thank God for that.
Yeah, Veronica's network is really giving us issues. Yeah, guys, please, let's be patient. I will keep trying. I will keep trying. I need for us at least to try and finalize some of the story that Veronica is sharing with us. I did mention earlier on, and this is something that I live by. You know, you try and you pay attention to whoever is speaking on the off chance that that person has something that maybe might change or revolutionize your own life. So it's important for us to share these ideas and to really try and piggyback off of each other. If there's a certain business that you're doing and maybe you're in the same line with Veronica, she might share something tonight that you might be able to use in your business, and your business can change overnight. Oh well, it's tough for things to happen overnight, but I think you do get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Um, but thank you so much, really, for joining. I think after having spoken about a business, what I want to speak about is marriage. I do know that she's been married. I think I'm not sure how long she's been married, but just a short, brief understanding of how that has been for her, how that has influenced her life in personally, business wise, family wise. So I just want to hear those, and then we'll try and wrap up. I did say I'm going to open the floor maybe for one or two questions. Maybe if there's something that you've wanted to ask her for the longest of time and you've never really gotten an opportunity to do so, we can open the floor for you and you can maybe get in and really answer her. Yeah, I agree with Coach Donna. And some people tend to compromise on standards of business when you do call. Yeah, so this is something that's so true from Zintle. Zintle saying that she also agrees that people are really looking for that individual glory. People don't want to work with other people, and really, people are compromising on the standards of business and how you operate. So it's quite disappointing to see. I really thought that people who come from a small town or a small place such as Bloem, where everyone knows everyone, where everyone knows each and everyone's business, people would want to support each other more. Yeah, Sisi, do you agree there's an issue with people collaborating and working with each other in Bloem? That's what we're talking about now. Do you agree?
Do I agree what?
Do you agree that there's a bit of an issue with people working together in Bloem, in
Yeah,
trying to grow their businesses, etc.?
what's about like when Balu can I've seen
Yeah.
it from many years ago. And right now, for the very first time, not personally, I feel like it's changing. Like
Okay.
people now
It's a
that
good.
are coming to the game can see like certain things with other people. So
Yeah.
fortunately, not personally, I there are people that I'm working with, you know,
Yeah.
and we have a good relationship with
Yeah.
each other. We call one another Ratusana, we even though it's
Mm,
not
mm,
collaboration there all the time, but we know who to call with certain things.
yeah.
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 So I think it's
If
changing
some
now.
Good. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Mm.
I haven't seen it change personally, but if you're saying that, then it means it's something that someone must pay attention to.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to ask is if someone is having an event soon and someone wants your services or your help, how do they reach out to you and how do they send, whether it's an email, etc. How do they reach out to you?
If people want to contact us, they can go to our Instagram page. It's Veronica underscore planning, or our contact
Mm,
details are also on the bio. But
yeah.
if you want to just contact me in social platforms, you can also get us on Facebook as well, either on
Yeah.
my
Yeah, sure.
personal
I do think
account.
what I do think that in the struggle of her trying to connect is that she's saying that you can just go to her social media platform. If you are having an event, maybe if you're having a wedding, if you're planning something special for your partner. Yeah, we didn't get that quite properly. I think Tato is also saying that, but we'll give another chance to just repeat
Veronica
that as
Monyake
well,
or
Tato.
Veronica Planning. And re tla bua moo.
Technology sometimes really gives us problems. But I'm pleading with everyone that's on here. Let's just give her a chance to just maybe at least share with us how to get hold of her. As I was saying, in fact, if you are having any sort of event, if you're planning to propose, I am seeing so many proposals online. There was another lady who was proposing, or another gentleman was proposing to his lady at McDonald's. Um,
Connection.
that proposal went sideways.
Oh,
It didn't really, you know, pan out the way that the person wanted, I'm sure. So we've got professional planners who can really assist you in making sure that you propose the right way, that the mood is set proper, that the ambiance is at a high level, and that your proposal can go the way that you
can you hear me?
anticipate and how you want it to go. So there's so many proposals that have been going on. There was another one that I just recently saw of two gentlemen, one gentleman putting a ring in a milkshake. Veronica, I'm talking too much. So if you are back on and you are ready to speak, just speak. I'll keep quiet and then we can hand over to you. Yeah, we are still struggling with her connection. So the gentleman put his ring or the proposal ring in the milkshake, and then as the other gentleman was trying to drink the milkshake or enjoy the milkshake, then they found that there was a ring in there. So I'm trying to say that with a planner, you guys can sit down and plan the logistics, how you'd want it to be. You can get some professional advice on what's working, what's new, etc. So please do try and get hold of Veronica. Try and try and get her services. Go onto any of her social media platforms. I did hear that she's saying that she's got a Veronica. Is it events? Yeah, so go onto that page. Her numbers are also on there, and then you can definitely send her or send a DM or call her, and then you can organize those meetings. I do see that we're really, really struggling with connection. My sincere apologies to each and everyone who's joined. I do think that maybe because we have gone through some of what we wanted to talk about throughout the day, even now finalizing on some of the work. Uh, what I wanted to end off the interview with was asking her about marriage, how marriage is for her. Um, oh yeah. So someone did. Thank you so much, Mukati. Uh, so she did say, oh yeah. So they did put up a link there that you can go to if you're interested in those services, and I'm sure you can get. Oh, I know. I'm also feeling it, and it's stressing me. Let's try again one more time. Give an opportunity to just finalize, and then we can close. It happens, guys. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Sisi, please go again. Give us your handles. Give us where we can get hold of you quickly.
Okay, sorry guys about that. You can get us on our business page on Instagram, Veronica_planning, and on another social platform, which is Facebook. You can get us on Veronica Planning. Our
Yeah.
numbers are on our page, so if you need to contact us, please call us.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely, guys, there you have it. So she did share. If you're really having an event quite in the near future, please do, contact the two ladies who are really doing it for themselves, who are really putting out the numbers for ladies, and really, really doing a great job. I'm quite disappointed that when I had my event in Bloem, I didn't, call you out, madam, to come and help me with my event. But definitely in the next event, I hope that you can come on board and come and assist me with one of my events. Um, I did say that I want to have like an annual thing, or maybe 2 events that I have in Bloem. So please do come and help me. Please do come and help me. Can we have one more comment from you, Veronica? We are really, really struggling. Once again, guys, I do apologize as well for on her behalf. Sometimes things happen that are way beyond our control, and we just need to function. We just need to try
No,
and
thank
see
you
how
for
we can get it.
this thing.
Yeah, maybe just one last comment from your side, Veronica, if you can hear me. Can this next event not be sold out like the last one? Yeah, Portia, to tell you the honest truth, I think there were some harsh decisions that we had to make right at the end, or coming to the end, because the one thing that limited the sales and the tickets was COVID. So we couldn't fill the entire room. There were some restrictions from the hotel, so that really we took a knock because of that. Hopefully now, when we have our next one, we won't really be struggling with COVID as much. Um, Even now, I mean, the numbers are going up again. So we need to be very careful before having our next event. But I do hope that each and every one of you, what I said in the afternoon, and I feel this is something very important, what I'm trying to create, or what I'm trying to try and solicit, to try and build, is a community of people who come together each and every time to share ideas, to share their business ideas, and for us to create something where we can support each other. Uh, as a speaker, I've always said that it's so difficult to get bookings. It's so difficult to get to a platform where you're really people see your value, people see what you bring forward. So that is, for me, has always been difficult. So I said, instead of always asking people to have me to come to their events and to come and speak, I need to create my own platform where I go out and I speak and I share my ideas and I share what I think and how I feel about certain situations. So that's what we're trying to build. That's what we're trying to create. If you've got a business that you're running, if you've got an idea that you want to share, please do send me a DM or send me an email. And then I did receive something from Basadi. I do know Basadi's, I did see Jabu's on here. He runs a security company. So I do think, yeah, the connection is really bad. Thank you guys for joining. I do take, oh yeah. Thank you so much, Vero. Please don't worry, sis. These things happen. Certain things, we must just move with the punches and roll with the punches. I'm happy that you came on and we really got to spend some time with you. If there's someone else who's really interested in sharing their business and sharing their ideas, please do, as I was saying, please do send me an email, send me a DM, and then we can try and organize so that we can have you out, really share and really hear what your business idea is. Um, Before we leave, I did see that I received 1 or 2 requests for people to come on and to say a word or two. I don't know if anyone wants to come on. Tato, thank you so much for the follow. I think that's an important thing as well that we normally take for granted. Please do hit the follow button after this. When I get off, I will definitely follow back. I hope that this is not the first interview that we're going to have, or interaction that we're going to have. This is going to be a weekly thing where we come together and really share some of our ideas. So if you and I are not following each other, please just hit the follow button. Definitely, when I get off, I'll definitely follow back, and then we can keep tabs. We can know what's happening. If you're having an event, I did see Norman there was on here. Thank you so much, sis, for joining. I really appreciate you. The last time I saw one of your pics where you were, is it called sky gliding? What is it called? I think you took some beautiful pictures. I actually liked one of your pictures. It's quite interesting. There's so many things that you can do in life, guys. So, really, I think that the first step would be to really sort out our lives, put together our businesses, make sure that things are functioning. Before we get off, guys, in the next 2 minutes or so, in the next 5 minutes, I am going to be stepping off and then also turning in. So, thank you so much, Vero. From my side, really, really, really appreciate you. I hope that your business can be blessed. I hope that your family can be blessed. Um, you, you, you and your family. I did mention this. I did send your husband a message saying to him, I really appreciated that when I came out in Bloom. Not only did you come and support, but the family came to support me. So I really, really appreciated that. When we support each other, guys. For me, that's very, very crucial. So to you and your husband, blessings. I hope that your business can be blessed. I hope that your business can flourish. I like the ideas that you were talking about, where you were saying the business itself started small, where you were having one or two people out at your picnics, and then it started growing. And to whoever's on here who wants to start their own business, for me, that's the best way to start. The first business that I had when I came to Pretoria, I started so big. I rented out a place at a mall, spent so much money renovating the building, spent so much money on electricity and so many other expenses. Long story short, I think in a year or two, the business just didn't make sense anymore. And it was so difficult for me to let go because I've invested so much money, I've invested so much time, I've invested so much into this business. So there's really importance in understanding that whatever business that you get into, it is always advisable to start small while thinking big. And then ultimately now you'll get to a point where, like Veronica was sharing and saying, that ultimately she got to a point where she's now catering at weddings, really catering for over 100 people, which for me, I would like to say that as a, Veronica sent a request to join, of course, phone, hopefully it will work and connect better. Yeah, I'm angry because I don't know why he didn't try and assist, but maybe it's something that he and I will take offline. But thank you so much, Karabo. Really, I just wanted to say to the family, thank you so much. Donna and I were having a quick conversation about really people supporting each other, and I was saying that it's so tough in Bloom to get at a point where people are really supporting each other, business-wise, personally, in your personal capacities. It's tough to build that bond where people are supporting each other. And when you get to a point whereby there's people and there's families who are supporting your movement and families who are supporting your businesses, that for me is where we need to get to. So what we're trying to create here is a platform, is a community of people who come together. If this one is selling this, we can support. They can talk about it. We can share their ideas. They can share their movement. They can share their vision. And if it's something that you're interested in, we support. So I really hope that we can try and come together and really support each other on this. I did receive a request from Basadi, which is a security company started by a very young man, inspirational young man, motivated young man. So I do think that the next conversation I'm going to have or to sit down is with him. I did have something else that's lined up, so I'm just going to try and balance the two. There was a gentleman from Botswana who also wanted to join in and to have a conversation with us. So I did say that very soon I will have a conversation with him. So between the two of you, I'll try and get in touch with you very soon, and then we can get that moving. Adib, thank you so much for joining, brother. But it's so unfortunate that you're joining us right at the end of our conversation. We had an inspirational lady come on and to share her story with us. We are speaking on the backdrop of Mother's Day. So for me, it was very important that we come on and we speak to a lady who's really built something that is so strong, and hopefully it grows and it inspires. I'm happy that her family was here watching and really listening. I know her sons are somewhere, also hopefully listening in, and really being inspired by how mom went through school, went through all these stages where she didn't want to listen at home, where uh, she had so many dreams that she wanted to pursue, so many things that she wanted to do, but ultimately really lining it. Yeah, so well done to Veronica. We are so inspired. Really, right at the end, toning it down and making sure that it's focused. And this is why today that she finds herself opening a business. And guys, for me, it's a crucial and very important in people open business. We cannot function as a nation if we don't have businesses, if we don't have more millionaires, not just people who are running business, but people who are millionaires. Millionaires were not created by the tender system, was not created by government. Self-made millionaires, people who have taken it from the ground, people who have really put in some work and really turned their businesses into something inspirational. So it's so easy for me now to want to speak to people who have survived and people who have pushed their business, but I want to hear the stories from the ground, people who are struggling as we speak. My business is struggling as we speak now. It's tough to run a business. And I'm not saying that those who are working, there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. But if you really, really want to be free, financially, personally, family wise, all these elements, for me, there's importance in really running a business and diversifying. Before I step off, there's a special lady who I also wanted to wish a happy birthday to. Um, Masiho Chwan. I wanted to say to my young princess, a happy birthday to you. Masiho is a daughter of one of my best friends. So I really wanted to say to her, really happy birthday. I really hope that your family took you out and you really had a super, super day. For me, we don't celebrate enough. Small wins for me are important for us to celebrate. So I did say, guys, as I wrap up, thank you so much for all the love, for all the hearts, for all the likes, for all the comments that you sent out to Veronica. I hope that you receive Veronica and that your business can grow. It starts here. There's certain things that are just out of our control. You control what you can control, and that is running your business and making sure that it changes people's lives. Being an event organizer for me is something that is so crucial and is so important. Can you imagine inviting someone to come and to cater at your wedding, to cater at your birthday? A wedding is something that you'd never forget, something that we hope happens once and that you take as serious. So that is how important your job is. So for someone to really go out, to look for your numbers, to look for where you are, to call you, to send you emails, to send you quotation, for you to make quotations, is people really saying we trust you. So please don't ever take that for granted. And whoever, when someone comes out and really asks for your assistance, that you really help that person all out and you make that day extra special. I think last year, December, we had a lady who was running a wedding shop here in North Riding in Johannesburg. Really, really inspirational conversation that we had. If you'd like, I didn't post on any other of my social media. I think the only post that we had of that video was on YouTube. So please go subscribe to our YouTube channel and get some of those conversations that we have. Maybe at a later stage as well, Veronica, just between myself and you, we can have, maybe when I'm in Bloom, we can have another conversation where we really sit down and we have the conversation, live, but maybe we can do that at a later stage. But from my side, really, guys, I really, really appreciate. I'm sure Veronica is also appreciative. I do hope that in the 30 minutes or 40 minutes that we've spent together, that you have gotten something that you can use, something that can really inspire you. From hearing and listening to Veronica's story, I did say that the family was here to support her. So thank you so much to the family. I do hope that it doesn't stop there, that it continues to others as well. So hopefully from here onwards, each and every week, we'll have someone to come onto the platform and to really share their story. So I hope that we can support each other. From myself to you, I hope that you can have a lovely, lovely evening. If you and I are not following each other, please just hit the follow button. Definitely after this, I will follow back, and then you and I can really have a bit of a contact, and whatever you post, I'll be there and I'll know what sort of business you're in, what sort of line of work that you're doing, what are your likes, dislikes, etc., so that we can get to know each other. But from my side, really, guys, it's been a long day. Let me try and spend some time with family, and then I can also turn in. So thank you so much. Let's try and see each other again maybe next week. I am trying to see if we can have Vasadi on for next week, or there's another gentleman from Botswana. So I'll just try and work out the nitty gritties. I am accepting some DMs, some emails of those who'd like to share their story, share their business, and then we can take it from there. So from my side, please have yourselves a lovely evening. Keep warm, and then we'll see each other again. Veronica, super, super evening. Blessings to you, and I hope that things are just going to go onwards and upwards from here. From me to you, thank you so much. We'll see each other again next time.